Welcome in to Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Meghan Payton. We've got a mailbag show coming up for you guys later this week. So now is time to get your questions in. Use hashtag Seahawks. Ask us whatever you'd like, but you do have to be subscribed to our channel. We do check this, but there's a lot going on around the league. Plenty of things to ask. We will make sure to touch on them all. Now, obviously, the news of the day around the NFL is Odell Beckham Jr. He is now a free agent, guys. Ian Rappaport took to Twitter earlier today saying former hashtag Browns wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. has cleared waivers per me and Mike Garofalo. He's a free agent for the first time in his career. So he clears waivers today. He is now free to sign with any team of his choice. So we are hearing rumors. We are hearing what teams Odell Beckham Jr. would be interested in. And the Seahawks, yes, are one of them. Seahawks are probably, I'd say, top three. We're hearing Seahawks. We're hearing Packers, Saints, Patriots. These are all teams that seem like it would be a good mutual fit for the team and also for OBJ. Now, if I'm OBJ, I'm thinking about a team like the Packers, and I'm going, hey, obviously a playoff contender, a veteran quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. But if I'm OBJ and I'm thinking about the Seahawks, I'm going, they've got one of the best quarterbacks also in Russell Wilson, who is now officially returning, by the way, guys. And I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes, but head coach Pete Carroll was asked about OBJ in a press conference. Now, this was before he was going through waivers, before he was claimed. Pete Carroll said, "So I didn't say yes or I didn't say no. That's just because you'll see." And I think pretty much we can take from that, I mean, we can make our own speculations, but I think Pete Carroll's interested. Now, obviously, the Seahawks don't end up claiming him, and I didn't see that happening because right now, OBJ can sign wherever he'd like, and also it's going to be a lot cheaper for a team. Now, they would have had to take on a $7.25 million contract. Now, they save about, $3 or $4 million, and they can make a better deal with OBJ. So there's a lot of rumors, a lot of, choices that he has. And if he does come to Seattle, we have talked about this, and it's important to note that he's going to have to share the ball with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. So it raises the question, a guy like OBJ, who we know comes along with some drama. I'm not saying a lot, but I'm saying he does have, some pride. I don't know how he would feel about that, but it's going to be true if he goes to the Packers as well. I mean, really, I guess the Saints maybe not because they don't really have a number one receiver right now. So there are multiple options for OBJ. I do think Seahawks would be fun, and this will be something that we should know more about, I'd say, probably tomorrow. We are hearing that he is not going to officially sign with a team tonight. Where do you guys think OBJ is going to end up? This is our pinned comment for today's show, so make sure you get your votes in. It doesn't have to be Seattle. If you don't think he's going to sign there, you can tell me any team. We are hearing that Green Bay is his top choice. Makes sense, I guess, with their record, but I'd like OBJ to know that the Seahawks may have a lower record, but the Seahawks are still playoff contenders, in my opinion. Russell Wilson is back. We've talked about this multiple times. They can easily get that wild card spot, and if they win out the rest of the season, they can win the division. Now, I don't know where OBJ is going to end up, but I do think it's going to be one of the teams that we talked about. Now, obviously, wide receiver is not, the most necessary need for Seattle because they do have guys like DK Metcalf. They've got Tyler Lockett. We know now Dee Eskridge is back. Freddie Swain, Penny Hart. So they've got a good group here. But does OBJ hurt? No. And if you're trying to go all out this year, I say go for it. And another thing you guys should absolutely go for is BetUS. They're the sports book we love here at Chat Sports, and they are doing a great offer right now. By the way, you can bet on whatever you'd like. You can bet on Seahawks. You can bet on college football, baseball, basketball, whatever you'd like. But you've got to go to chatsports.com bet. Use the promo code Seahawks125. They're going to give you a 125% deposit bonus. Clearly a good move. If you're going to bet at all, bet for free because $100 will turn into $225. The more money you put down, the more money you get. And also, if you guys are first-time BetUS users, we're going to give you guys a free jersey. We've got Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf. Those are your two options. You've got to go through the steps that we just said. Sign up, use the promo code. You're going to get that $100 or 125% deposit bonus. Place a bet on any game. And once you do this, email us jersey@chatsports with proof showing that you did this, and we will send you guys a free jersey. It's going to be either Russell Wilson or DK Metcalf. You choose. Now we're going to switch gears here a little bit because the OBJ stuff, it's pretty much exactly what I said. We don't know much more. We will keep you updated on that. But we're going to switch gears to Seahawks players who I believe need more snaps because OBJ is great and all, but there are other guys on this team that are going to impact Seattle's season. And the first guy that I have on this list is cornerback Tre Brown. Now, we've talked a lot about the cornerbacks here in Seattle. We've talked about Sidney Jones. Hey, if you guys can't remember, Trey Flowers, he's gone, but that was a big discussion for a while. DJ Reed, this has been clearly an issue for Seattle, but I'm saying this now, I really like Brown, and I like him over Sidney Jones. If you don't remember, Pete Carroll has been kind of rotating back and forth between the two of them, which is very unlike Pete Carroll. He typically, picks a starter, goes with him for the rest of the game. He's not doing that. So Sidney Jones and Tre Brown are still kind of battling for that spot. Now, we did see Tre Brown have a little bit more reps in that Jacksonville game. I do expect him to play more, but he is absolutely a guy, in my opinion, that should not be coming off the field when they're on defense. I like Tre Brown a lot. He has proven himself, especially being so young. He is going to improve. But it's up to you guys. It is now your turn to let me know. We've asked it before. We're going to ask it again. Who do you guys think should start? Do you think it should be Sidney Jones, or are you taking Tre Brown? If you think it should be Sidney Jones, type SJ. And if you're going Tre Brown, type TB. I'm taking TB, Tre Brown. Another guy that I think needs more snaps, and I know a fan favorite here on Seahawks Today, you guys love him too, that is Ryan Neal. Now, Ryan Neal, if you don't know, he's been used in dime packages. That's really, the extent of where we've seen him. He only had 21 snaps against Jacksonville Jaguars. So far, he's had 16 tackles and 1 sack in 2021. But he's a guy, he can create pressure. He's so athletic. He fights hard. And I'm not saying that he's always in the right spot and that he's a perfect player, but I think he's a tough guy. And I do believe that Neal deserves more snaps. So I don't know if they're going to run that dime package more or if they can find other ways to utilize him. But I really like Ryan Neal, and I do think that he deserves more snaps than he is being given. Next guy up on players we think need more snaps, that's Gerald Everett, tight end, who actually, I don't want to discredit the Seahawks and say that they haven't used him because they are using him, but I think it's important that they keep utilizing that tight end position even when Russell Wilson comes back, because DK's great, Tyler Lockett's great, but this changes, that offensive scheme, and I think Shane Waldron should be using this kind of method a little bit more. Gerald Everett is a guy that I really like. We've talked about him a lot on this show, obviously. So far this year, he's been targeted 17 times. So that's not low. I think it could be higher. But, I don't want to say he's been riding the bench. He has been playing 14 receptions, 135 yards, and 1 touchdown. So I like the Seahawks using their tight ends more, especially Gerald Everett. Now, by the way, guys, just like OBJ, just like anything going on in Seattle, we are here to keep you guys updated. So if you are not subscribed, please help us out here at Chat Sports. We love giving you guys free content, but the only way we can is if we keep our subscribers up. Go press that big red button or go to youtube.com/ YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. By the way, the more subscribers, the more videos. That's how it works. Our Cowboys show gets like 2-3 videos a day sometimes because they have so many subscribers. So if you want more Seahawks shows, make sure you are subscribed. Next player that I think needs more, well, I don't want to say needs more snaps. I threw him on here because he's been on IR, but that's Dee Eskridge. I'm excited. He's more of a guy that I'm excited to see have more snaps because he has been dealing with a concussion since week 1. That's when he got hurt. And this is, I mean, honestly, one of the longest concussion injuries. And I know we kept waiting week by week, like, all right, is he coming back? Is he not? But Dee Eskridge, wide receiver, rookie. We haven't gotten to see much out of him. So, no, he doesn't go on the list of deserves more snaps because we haven't gotten to see him. But I put him on here because I'm very excited. I think that I hope that Pete Carroll is going to utilize him in this game against the Packers. And, you know, obviously he's no OBJ, but I do think either way, I'm excited to see what this rookie can do. We haven't gotten to see much. He's had 1 reception so far for 6 yards, but he hasn't, I mean, he's been on IR. So Dee Eskridge, a guy that I am excited for. But let's get some predictions in right now. Do you guys think Dee Eskridge will be targeted over or under 5 times in this game against the Packers? Now, we are expecting him to play. If that changes, we will let you know, but he was officially designated to return. He is practicing. I expect him to play. Get your votes in right now, though. If you think it's going to be over 5 targets, type O for over. And if you think it's going to be under, you can type U for under. I'm going to go ahead and take the over on here. Not much higher, but I'd say Dee Eskridge gets about 6 targets. Unless OBJ's coming to Seattle, then he's not getting many at all. That's my opinion. Now, by the way, as we said, all of this stuff we keep you updated with. And by the way, if you missed some of the OBJ drama, we did a video on this yesterday. Make sure you go check it out. That is the perks of being subscribed. You don't miss out on stuff. You can turn on your notifications. We are doing videos all season long here at Chat Sports. Click that big red button or go to youtube.com/Seahawks TV.